Well, good afternoon. I'm here at the 104th Annual Pennsylvania Farm Show with Secretary of Agriculture Russell Redding. First of all, let's just start. First things first, how's the farm show been for you this year?
It's been amazing. Welcome to the farm show, by the way.
You.
Welcome to a new year. This has been an amazing year. I mean, I say it every time, but I think this year with the changes we've made, the theme that's around sort of imagine the opportunities, you've got a lot of folks in here who are anxious for a new year, right? It's just a happy place. A lot of great things happening here. They get a chance to see food, watch the animals, check out what's new in agriculture. A good feeling.
What's the number one food for you here?
For me?
Yeah.
So I've changed it up a little bit this year. So I've got this warm apple dumpling with vanilla ice cream that is now my sort of comfort piece, right? I like the milkshakes and all that, but I like my my apple dumpling.
You can't go wrong with that.
No, you're not going to.
Well, talk with us a little bit about the Farm Bill.
Yeah, you know, we've had this vision for a while about all of these needs we have in agriculture, business planning, and we talk about protecting our borders from disease and pests and invasive plants. You know, we've looked at urban agriculture, we've tried to respond to the business needs and dairy investments. That is all part of the Farm Bill. Came about through the legislative process last year, 16 different bills that became the Pennsylvania Farm Bill for shorthand, but amazing sort of bipartisan support, House and Senate, Governor, really a great investment, $23 million in agriculture. We're now into 2020 and sort of rolling it out. Today we did announce the business planning portion of that. Every farm who is in some level of transition can access that as one example. So it's been a really transformative event for us, but sends a very clear signal to the farm community of what we value, and I'm very proud of it.
Along those lines, you referenced invasive species. I'm sure we've all heard a lot about the spotted lanternfly issue. My district, Union and Snyder counties, is currently not part of the quarantine zone, but we're only one county away. The spotted lanternfly poses a big threat, especially to vineyards. I've got a couple of those in my district. Can you sort of speak to the threat? What threat does it pose? What do we need to be worried about? And what can our Pennsylvania residents do to help combat it?
Yeah, well, the spotted lanternfly landed here in 2014, so now we're into 4 years, 5. You know, we're working hard to contain it. We're 14 counties in Pennsylvania are quarantined because of the spotted lanternfly. It is an invasive pest. It's invasive economically, environmentally, socially, right? And those who have it are tired of it, and those who don't have it said, please keep it out of here, right? But what we have learned, it is particularly harmful to vineyards. These spotted lanternflies are an invasive hopper, you know, and they can suck the life out of a vineyard. We've watched it in Berks County, so we're very concerned about it. We're working with Penn State University and many others, but particularly them as a partner to find that solution. We don't have it yet, but we've got 22 different research projects focused on it to try to keep it contained and suppress it.
I took a tour of the western part of the state with Penn State when they did their ag sciences tour out that direction, and it's definitely easy to see why it's a threat that needs to be dealt with when you see it.
Right.
It's definitely something that poses a large threat to the ag community here. You also mentioned dairy. What's sort of the future of dairy here in the Commonwealth? I just a couple weeks ago met with a small dairy farmer who's looking to expand their local operation, start with some cheeses, some other options. What's the future of dairy here in the Commonwealth?
Well, I'm still high on dairy. I mean, we've gone through this 3-year period or so where you wonder what the future looks like, but I can tell you, the price is in 2020 is strong. We've got a good year forecast. We've got the national and international dairy stocks sort of worked off, so I think that's a more stable, elevated price, so that should give some confidence to producers. We see dairy demand continue to increase. We have a challenge on the fluid milk consumption, but we also have done something in Pennsylvania through the Farm Bill, but a little bit before that, on the Dairy Investment Program. We saw one of those today at the Public Officials Day. Talked about a dairy, 3 brothers in Western PA. We've got 21 projects like that. We've got another 77 that have applied. I think there's a great entrepreneurial spirit alive in that industry who want to do things as you've described, on-farm processing, control their own destiny. So we have to keep sort of marketing, keep educating, keep bringing that innovation, both on product and marketing, into our discussions and helping that industry. It's too important to us. It's 30% of the state's agricultural economy is dairy. So very critical we get it right.
Well, flashing back to something you said in the very beginning with the theme of this farm show, which is Imagine the Opportunities, what sort of opportunities are there out there for somebody who might not be part of the agricultural community but is fascinated by it and wants to become a part of it?
I think there are a lot of them. I mean, but just if you went around the farm show complex, you would see hemp. right? You would see the pollinators and the honeybees, and doing things that are part of the landscape that can improve the pollinators. You've got opportunities in value-added processing, farm markets. The list goes on and on. We've got the craft beers here, the ciders, the wines. There's all kinds of value-added agriculture. PA preferred. They're marketing something or want to do that with the good housekeeping seal of approval of PA preferred on it. Every place I go in the complex, there's another opportunity.
That's wonderful. Well, thank you so much, Secretary Reddy, for
Pleasure's
taking
mine.
the time for being here today.
All the best.
If you haven't
Thank
made
you.
it to the farm show yet, plenty of time. Grab a milkshake. We'll see you on down here.